This is the story of an Emmy-winning actor and director who faces serious criminal charges while his famous wife distances herself from the scandal. Timothy Busfield, best known for his role on The West Wing, is now the subject of an active arrest warrant issued on January 9, 2026 for allegations of child sexual abuse involving two young victims who worked on the set of the television show The Cleaning Lady. In today's video, we're breaking down the verified facts of this case, the timeline of events, and what we know about where things stand right now. Let's start with who Timothy Busfield is. He's a 68-year-old actor and director with a career spanning over 4 decades in television and film. Most people know him from his role as Danny Concannon on the hit political drama The West Wing, which aired from 1999 to 2006. He also starred in the beloved 1989 film Field of Dreams alongside Kevin Costner. But Busfield's most notable achievement came in 1991 when he won a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series for his role as Elliot Weston in the television series 30-something. He had been nominated 3 times before winning that Emmy in 1988, 1989, and 1990. Beyond acting, Busfield has worked extensively as a television director and producer. He's directed over 150 television episodes for shows including This Is Us, Chicago Med, FBI, and many others. He also founded Theater for Children, Inc., a nonprofit arts organization. In 2024, he was inducted into the Sacramento Baseball Hall of Fame as a pitcher. Now, Busfield has been married to actress Melissa Gilbert since April 24, 2013. Melissa Gilbert is best known for playing Laura Ingalls Wilder in the classic television series Little House on the Prairie, which aired from 1974 to 1983. They met in a bar in Los Angeles in November 2012, got engaged within weeks, and were married the following spring. As of January 2026, they have been married for 12 years and together for 13 years total. Busfield and Gilbert live on 14 acres in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York. They have a blended family with 8 grandchildren between them from previous relationships. In interviews as recently as April 2024, Gilbert referred to Busfield as her soulmate and favorite person, but that dynamic changed dramatically in early January 2026. On January 9, 2026, an arrest warrant was issued for Timothy Busfield by Bernalillo County Metropolitan Court in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The warrant charges him with 2 counts of criminal sexual contact of a minor and 1 count of child abuse. The alleged victims are 2 11-year-old twin brothers who worked as child actors on Fox's television series The Cleaning Lady. According to court documents, the allegations span from November 2022 to spring 2024, when the boys were between 7 and 8 years old. Busfield worked on The Cleaning Lady as an executive producer, director, and actor from 2022 to 2025, covering the show's 4-season run. According to allegations in the arrest warrant, Busfield is accused of engaging in a pattern of improper conduct with the first complainant. When the child was 7 years old, Busfield allegedly initiated inappropriate physical interactions on 3 or 4 occasions. When the child turned 8, these incidents allegedly increased to 5 or 6 times. Court documents state that Busfield made unauthorized physical contact with the minor through clothing in sensitive areas. The second complainant reported that Busfield began making physical advances during the first 2 years of Busfield's participation in the program. The second minor stated he did not report the behavior because he was reluctant to create conflict with Busfield. According to police documents, Busfield used manipulative approaches to gain access to the minors. He had them referred to him by a familiar title. He engaged in inappropriate physical contact during what he characterized as casual interactions on set. Busfield and his wife, Melissa Gilbert, extended invitations to the family for events outside of work, provided gifts during holidays, and participated in social gatherings together. According to Detective Marvin Kirk Brown, who filed the warrant, these methods were designed to establish trust, make the subjects feel special, and reduce their likelihood of reporting by presenting the behavior as normal. The psychological effects on the subjects have been documented. Both minors received clinical diagnoses including moderate post-traumatic stress disorder and anxiety. They experience disturbing dreams related to the incidents, show signs of distress upon waking, and have exhibited stress-related behavioral changes. One subject reported to authorities feeling significant fear and experiencing relief when the director was absent from the set. The reasons reasons the children didn't disclose the abuse earlier are important to understand. One child told police he was afraid to tell anyone because Tim was the director and he feared Tim would get mad at him. The second child said he didn't want to be mean to Busfield. The power dynamic created by Busfield's position as a director on set prevented these children from coming forward. The timeline of how these allegations surfaced is critical to understanding this case. The investigation began in November 2024 when an alert from a medical professional at University of New Mexico Hospital triggered an investigation. According to court documents, on November 1st, 2024, a doctor at the hospital notified Albuquerque police of suspected sexual abuse and grooming. On November 3rd, 2024, Detective Marvin Kirk Brown conducted a phone interview with Busfield regarding the allegations. Melissa Gilbert listened to the interview on speakerphone. During this conversation, Busfield was asked if he had physical contact with the boys, such as picking them up or tickling them. He responded that it was highly likely that he would have, and characterized the set environment as playful. When asked directly about tickling, Busfield said he didn't remember overtly tickling the boys ever, but it wouldn't be uncommon for me. In February 2025, an anonymous complaint was filed through the SAG-AFTRA hotline regarding that December incident. This triggered an independent investigation by Warner Bros. Television. However, that investigation ultimately found they were, quote, unable to corroborate the allegations based on the statements available at that time. The case was initially declined by authorities in late 2024, deemed as not meeting acceptance criteria. But the situation changed when, in September 2025, the minor disclosed to his therapist details about alleged improper contact by Busfield. The minor repeated these disclosures to his counselor again on September 22, 2025. On October 3, 2025, the mother filed a formal police report with the Albuquerque Police Department and notified Child Protective Services. Based on this evidence, the judge of Bernalillo County Metropolitan Court signed an arrest warrant on January 9, 2026. When confronted by Detective Brown in November 2024, Busfield denied the core allegations while admitting some contact was highly likely. He emphasized that any contact would have been in front of parents and part of creating a playful environment on set. However, Busfield offered a controversial explanation for the accusations. He alleged that the boy's mother wanted revenge because her sons were not brought back for the final season of The Cleaning Lady. According to Busfield, the boys were replaced by a younger actor for the final season, and he suggested this motivated the accusations. To date, neither Busfield nor his representatives have made any public statement regarding these charges. He has not surrendered to authorities. As of January 13, 2026, his location is unknown. This case is not Busfield's first encounter with sexual assault allegations. Detective Brown documented in the arrest warrant that Busfield has faced accusations of sexual assault in 2 separate prior incidents. In the mid-1990s, a 17-year-old female extra on the film Little Big League accused Busfield of sexual assault, claiming he assaulted her, served her alcohol, groped her, and attempted sex in a trailer. Busfield denied the allegations and countersued for extortion. The case was eventually settled. A judge ordered Busfield to pay approximately $150,000 to the law firm for legal defense costs, though this was part of a settlement agreement and no criminal charges were filed. In March 2012, a 28-year-old woman alleged that Busfield touched her genitals for 4 minutes in a Los Angeles movie theater. Busfield called it consensual. Prosecutors passed on the case due to what they described as slim evidence, and no charges were filed. Detective Brown specifically noted in the arrest warrant, "I discovered that Timothy Busfield has faced accusations of sexual assault, with 2 separate incidents reported in the media, one in the 1990s and another around 2012. Melissa Gilbert's response to these allegations has been notable primarily for her silence and her actions on social media. On January 10, 2026, followers noticed that her Instagram posts were no longer accessible. By January 11th, she had also deactivated her Facebook and Threads accounts. Her representatives have not responded to multiple requests for comment, and she has made no public statement regarding the allegations against her husband involving the sexual abuse of children. The timing of Gilbert's prior public statements is particularly striking. Just weeks before her husband's arrest warrant was issued, in November 2025, Gilbert posted a throwback photo from Little House on the Prairie, where she reflected on her own experience being required to kiss her adult co-star Dean Butler when she was 15 years old and he was 20. 2023. In that post, she wrote, "Through the lens of, this is shocking, I have no words other than to say, I'm a child. I was a child." She noted that she was fortunate because adults on set ensured her safety. This post came weeks before the public revelation of allegations against her husband involving the sexual abuse of children. As of January 13, 2026, Timothy Busfield remains at large. He has not surrendered to authorities, and his exact location is unknown. On January 12, 2026, just 3 days after the arrest warrant was issued, the U.S. Marshals Service was brought in to help locate him. Law enforcement is actively searching for Busfield with hopes that he will voluntarily surrender. In the entertainment industry, networks have begun responding to these allegations. NBC pulled an episode of Law & Order SVU titled Corrosive, in which Busfield was set to guest star as Judge Warren Fels. The episode was originally scheduled to air on January 15, 2026, and has been replaced by another episode. This case continues to develop, and we will update you as more information becomes available.